Reggae Boys fans, how is everybody doing? Hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. A lot can happen in 7 days, right? A lot can really happen in 7 days. In the grand scheme of things, when you look at things, it depends the angle that you're taking. Whether it's the national team, individual players, there are a lot of aspects that have to be considered. And where else to begin than the start? Something that everyone who is subscribed to this channel wants to see. And that is Jamaica playing a World Cup. But like I've said in previous editions of Corona Thursday, there is more to life than qualifying for a World Cup. There is more to life than being one of 32 and soon to be 48 teams and parading your skills in a 1-month-long carnival of football. There is more to life than just getting $8 million from FIFA. Can you tell me where that $8 million went in 1998? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to use the same example again because it has to be said. And I'm going to get to the new format quite shortly, and I'm going to get to your comments quite shortly. But what I'm about to say has to be said. There is more to life for Jamaica than qualifying for a World Cup. That is not the top of our mountain. That is not our summit. That is not our finishing line. That is not our final destination. I said it before and I'll say it again. A man and a woman together, it's not all about sex. It's about compatibility and chemistry and everything. That's what's going to make a marriage work. So how do you tie in those elements into a football federation? Sustainable development, a proper youth system, development of the women's game, beach soccer, futsal, youth teams, surfaces, senior team. It's a broad structure that has to be put in place. Do you know what's the top of the mountain for me? It's not winning the Gold Cup. It's not even qualifying for the World Cup. It's for Jamaica to be the second best footballing team in the CONCACAF region. For me, that is the top of our mountain. I can accept Mexico being the best there is in the Western Hemisphere. I think Jamaica has the ability to be number 2 in this region. Absolutely. Mexico's structure is decades ahead of us. But we certainly have the ability to be mentioned in the same breath as Mexico quite soon. But is that the thoughts, the emotions of the leaders involved? Well, that's something that can be considered on another occasion. So this all ties into the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. So a Panamanian company leaked out a proposed format, which is still to be finalized and agreed to by CONCACAF. So we don't know for yet if this is true. But what is being reported is that it's going to be a 12-team final round of World Cup qualifying. 3 groups, 4 teams in each group. The top team qualifies for the World Cup, while the second place team across the three groups and the winner of the lower tier qualification will play off for a playoff spot. And then, as you know, it's either going to be a playoff against Asia or South America. So we're talking about Chile, Ecuador, Venezuela, Uruguay. If it's Asia, could be Iran, could be Iraq, could be Australia, could be Uzbekistan, could be Syria, could be any one of those teams. And that's why I think if this format is signed, sealed, and delivered, it's going to be a mountain for Jamaica. I'll tell you that. It's going to be extremely challenging. Imagine the group. Imagine it already. Mexico, Jamaica, Canada, and Antigua and Barbuda. Think about that for 30 seconds. Just think. How does that make you feel? Makes you want to pull out your hair, doesn't it? How genuinely does that make you feel? Home, away. It's less matches. Home and away, bam, bam. That's 6 games. You're going to go and play in the playoff with the second and the second place team from each of the groups. Additional 4 games, bam. There's less margin for error. So you literally have to get the ground running, just like that. And that's why I think that the plane that takes teams to the World Cup for Qatar, I don't think Jamaica will be on it. If this is the format that is being used. We're 4th in the region currently. So what does that mean? We're going to face one of USA, Mexico, and Costa Rica. Or Costa Rica. Whichever way you want to look at it, we're going to play them home and away. Do you want me to remind you about our record on Central American soil? Do you want me to remind you of our record against the United States on North American soil? Do you want me to remind you of our record at the Azteca Stadium? Not encouraging signs. Do you want me to speak about the players that are yet to even make their debut for Jamaica? Gentlemen and ladies in this stream, we have a long way to go. A very, very long way to go. I hope you all understand that I'm being as objective as possible. For those that know me, I'm not a pessimistic person at all. I see it as it is. And for those that know me, for as long as I've been in this industry, know about my predictions, know about my predictions from 2006 World Cup to present, know about my predictions with the national team, know about what happens and what comes to be. So listen to me when I say this. That 2022 may just be another dream. As painful as that may seem to a lot of you in the comments and in the stream, the next time that we kick a ball, we could be seeing 5 players making their debut for Jamaica. Do you want me to remind you what happened the last time that happened? So when we made it to the final round of World Cup qualifying for the 2014 cycle, we got a fantastic 0-0 draw against Mexico, right? Brilliant. But then Jermaine Beckford came into the picture. Daniel Gordon, Theo Robinson, Marvin Elliott, Gareth McCleary, Joby McAnuff. And although these players added quality to the squad, the tandem was not there. Just imagine if those players were part from the semi-final round of World Cup qualifying, because the core of the names that I just mentioned, 2 years down the road, got us to a Gold Cup final. And what we're going to be expecting and hoping is to throw the carrots up in the air and expect good things. Good things take time. It doesn't come overnight. It doesn't. And I've not neglected you fans in the comments because I'm getting to it quite shortly. So let me say this. Football is for the people. So if you're not in it for the love of the game, I think you know where the door is. So now you heard me rant for 13 minutes. Let's see what you guys are saying. Robert Blake, if Jamaicans can't beat USA consistently, they're not ready for prime time. Yeah, spot on. Travis, not second at such the best we should be. I understand what you're saying, Travis. Yes, I expect us to be a better footballing nation than the US if we put all the pieces of the puzzle together. But I was saying Mexico, for me, for the foreseeable future, will be the most dominant force in the region because of the program that they have set out for a long time. The money subs, I believe Joshawn Anglin should aim for Europe for his 2022 World Cup qualifiers will most likely start in 2021. Yep. Travis, USA and Mexico and Costa Rica have the advantage. Indeed they do. Bad with bad guys, that will never happen. Kareem Grant, how are they picking the groups? I think I just explained. So USA, Mexico, and Costa Rica are the seeded teams. We can win that, bro. I have faith in the guys. I want to know where you're getting that faith from. A different team now, man, like Rebel Morrison, Bobby Reed, Rolanda Aarons, Leon Bailey. We can beat USA, etc. The team will get stronger. I'm not disputing that we can't beat USA. Can we beat them home and away? I don't think so. Can we get 4 points from USA? Possibly. Can we get all 6? I don't know. Dennis Brown, Jamaica have a very good squad, just need strengthening in midfield and defence and a change of coach. We need to call up Jamal Blackman. Trying to read the comments what Jamani has been saying. What is his name? Jamani Stubbs. We need to call out Jamal Blackman, Kevin Stewart, Mason Holgate, Andre Gray, Daniel Johnson, and Rabel, and Ivan Tony, maybe Aarons. Rolanda Aarons has to be part of the pool, my friend. He has to. has to is a plus. But then again, we can call up 6 Lionel Messis to the squad. Guess what? We're going to call up those 6 Lionel Messis before a World Cup qualifier. We're not going to give them a friendly match to say, okay, I think Simon Preston would operate best on the right-hand side, because you can see the communication that he has with Jamil Matt when he whips the ball into the box. It's not going to be any time, really. Because the players go on international duty the Tuesday, they arrive in Jamaica the Wednesday, they have a training session the Thursday, and Friday is the game. One training session to get across your message as a coaching staff. Hopefully during this COVID-19 situation that coaches can use technology more and say, okay, Simon, this is your strength, this is your weakness, and this is what I want you to do. I'm hoping that is something that can be done. Real Boys fans, it's just frustrating, If it is that this is the format, then it's going to be difficult. The squad that we took to the Gold Cup last year is not enough. The squad that went to the Gold Cup final in 2017 is not enough either. And there will always be an asterisk beside that semi-final victory over Mexico, because Mexico called up their C team for the Gold Cup while their best team was playing in another tournament. Confederations Cup. Javane 17, what about Daniel Sturridge? Well, he represented England, so he can't represent us. When will FIFA drop the calendar? FIFA is looking at the end of their conference to look at the calendar, so we're looking at around early June. What's happening to Darren Mattocks? He's been released. Should he aim for Europe? I don't think anybody is looking for 29-year-old footballers in Europe, especially the top 5 leagues. Scandinavia, he has a shout, and Eastern Europe, but England, Spain, Italy, France, Portugal, Germany, Switzerland maybe, but not England for sure. Gosh. We get Costa Rica, we can cross our fingers and we might pull through. And again, I feel confident about winning at home, but not away. Jermaine Mitchell, we can qualify. Qualify for the playoffs, qualify for Qatar, qualify for 2026. Yes, I agree with that. 2026, absolutely. Damani Stubbs, I don't believe Jamil Matt Mariah should be in the squad. We have Andre Gray, Dwight Gale to choose from instead. Better quality. There are better qualities, but depending on the opposition, I feel that you should be able to highlight the weaknesses of your opposition based on the opponent. So for a match against a Guatemala, a Mexico, and El Salvador, Jamil Matt can do a job because of his physical presence. Do you believe Peter Lee Vassell should aim for Europe, possibly League One, League Two? Well, he had a trial in Denmark. He's still awaiting to hear his situation there. Is Ivan totally eligible for Jamaica? Yes, he is. Is Peter Lee Vassell still on LAFC? No, he is not. Is Javan East looking to move to Europe, England? I don't think that there's an offer right now in England. Scandinavia, yes, but with 21 goals in 34 appearances in Costa Rica, then certainly he is on the road for success and will be on the move quite soon. That is for certain Reggae Boys fans, so certainly something to look out for sure. Javan East, yeah, quite a player. He scored for Jamaica against Guyana in the Nations League, that 1-1 draw last year. And I certainly believe that he has a role to play in the setup. I think he's a good squad player, definitely for the pool, you know. What's up with N? I don't know who N is. Samuels. Tigana Samuels. I don't know who N is. Will Damari Gray represent us? As mentioned last week, Damari Gray had a meeting with Gareth Southgate, the England manager, and he is listening to offers. So he's not closed to the idea of representing Jamaica, but put it this way, he doesn't want to sit on the bench for England, he wants to play. So he wants international football where he gets regular games. So he's considering both Jamaica and England. Jermaine Mitchell, love the program. I'm also a proud supporter of the team. Have not missed a local game since 2012 and follow your program. Thank you. How well do you think Lamar Malcolm will do if he starts in our midfield? I don't think he's ready to be a regular week in, week out, but he certainly has the ability at this point to make an impact. Even if it's half an hour, 45 minutes, I still think that he needs that transition into Europe to go to that next level. The decision making that he makes, the weight of passes, the long range distance shooting, that will certainly go up to another level. Just look at Shamar Nicholson. From that guy who left Jamaica, he went from a boy to a man. We need to look at Reece Charles Cook, Jamal Blackman as and possible goalkeeper alongside Andre Blake. Jamal Blackman, yeah. Alex Reed, give me a number so I can call in. Let me work on that for future editions of the show. Any news on Damian Lowe? Well, Damian still a hold on to the news. Him saying want the ink to dry first. So let's give him a few days to chill with his family. And then I think by this time next week, we'll know the club that he's going. What do you think is our ideal starting midfield? Well, in the holding sense, Kevin Lambert for certain. From an attacking sense, a number 10, it will be Ravel Morrison. The wide players is still up for grabs. I still want to have Gareth McCleary in my national setup. However, if Rolanda Aarons is part of the equation, then he's somebody that I would feel confident in whipping in crosses into the box. Hi Simon, I really can't wait to see Ravel Morrison. Big up every time, Simon. Respect, Mr. McGregor. Yeah, I can't wait to see him as well. Even though I think that he won't necessarily be able to reach his potential as a footballer, being a world-class player, I still think international football is a perfect platform for him to show in the space of 3 or 4 games what he can do. You know, international football is not week in, week out. It's 2 games every 2 or 3 months. So I think it's a nice platform for him to show what he can do. And I'm confident that once he does get the nod, then he will be an asset for us. Do you think Corey Burke will leave Philadelphia Union in for Europe? That's a good question. I think if he continues to score goals in Austria, then he will get an opportunity in Europe. What's going on with Mattox, Malcolm X? Good question. I don't know. Is Alvas Paul good enough to play in Euro top 5 leagues? Yes. He's just comfortable on his wages in MLS. That guy needs to be playing in Europe from 2011. That format would be good for us. I don't know. Let's see. Luca Levy should be part of the national setup. There are some personal issues that Luca is dealing with that I think he needs to sort out first. Do you think Andre Blake will ever play in Europe? Absolutely. I think that he will be. I do think that he will get his opportunity once we continue to remain at this place in the rankings, you know? Should Rudolph Austin be recalled to the squad? I've seen him play in Denmark, and he's lost a yard of pace. And Konkov has capitalized on that since the last time he decked out in national colours. Can Andre Gray play for us? He's eligible, yes. Luca Levy should not be in the squad. He won't be played. Like I said, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that have to be sorted out first. Austin is a CB now. I still think that his best days are behind him, Rudolph Austin. Do you think Andre Blake can play in Europe? Yes, absolutely. Whether it's France, Italy, Spain, Portugal, England, Germany, Switzerland, absolutely. Ibrook Palmer says, I tried emailing you. Are you referring to Reggae Boy's commentary email address? Because I don't think I received an email. I checked my email and I haven't seen it. reggaeboyscommentary@gmail.com. Haven't seen it. reggaeboyscommentary@gmail.com. You can email me that way. All right. reggaeboyscommentary@gmail.com. That is a good way to get in touch with me. Or you can private message me on Twitter at SimeyP93. That is SimeyP93. What happened to Nosworthy? He retired, after the Caribbean Cup of 2014. He played a season at Dagenham and Redbridge and Portsmouth. Yeah, he's finished now, but I asked Maps about him the other day, and Nugsy is doing good. I'm grateful for the couple of years that he gave to Jamaican football. Trust me, man. It was a joy watching him play at centre-half. Jermaine Mitchell, like how you keep track of the team. Mexico is a sure go through. Costa Rica not playing any good football. We can beat them without a doubt. USA team is very good. We can beat them too. Yeah, Costa Rica is going through transition, but Central American soil, we always seem to freeze, which is a reason why the only time we've won a game in Central American soil in a World Cup qualifier was against Nicaragua and against El Salvador. So 2004 and 2016. 2015 rather. Central American soil. The man says Rowan Ince should play for us. I understand he is leaning towards Trinidad and Tobago right now. Reggae Boys fans, thank you very much for giving me your thoughts in the comments. I really, really appreciate it. Continue to stay safe. We will get through this together and everything will fall into place in time. All right, guys. Don't forget that. Take care, guys.